My friend Noah Hannafin, shout out to Noah. He's on the fucking Golden Knights.
Oh.
And my buddy was texting me recently. He was literally like, dude, can you believe like Noah Hannafin's out there right now just giving McDavid the business? I'm like, isn't that crazy?
So crazy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Are you kidding?
Check it out.
Signed with somebody new, and they were like, he was like, one of our writers
I already
writes for,
checked it, we're good.
one of our writers writes for Raw. Would you ever do that? And I was like, I would do anything wrestling in 2 seconds.
I've been watching, we've talked about it ad nauseum, word of the day on this podcast, but I've been watching Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, sure.
Dude, there's nobody better than Jim Cornette.
He is so not afraid to talk shit about every single human that has ever been his friend for a second.
It's my favorite, dude, because like any topic, he'll just, like all these wrestlers, they'll be like, Bruiser Brody might have been an actual psychopath.
Yeah.
We have no way of knowing whether or not this guy was clinically insane.
Was he doing a character?
But that was Puerto Rican wrestling in the 80s. That circuit was wild.
Yes.
They used real chicken blood, I swear to God. Oh, wait, we should do station identification. All right, hey guys. Welcome to Big Al's Grill ASMR. We're joined here by my close friend, my boy. You might have seen him on Hacks. You might have seen him on the hit movie. What was that movie called?
Which one?
Babylon? How to Lose... What?
Babylon?
Yeah, Babylon.
Which one? That would feel like that wasn't the one. Or was that the one?
What's the other one?
I mean, there's been a couple.
Dude, he's been in a ton of movies.
Been a couple. We also got, yeah.
He was in Babylon. He was in Ernest Scared Stupid. He was in Ernest Goes Back to School.
What I wouldn't give to be in one of the Ernest franchises?
You know he did blackface.
Ernest?
Oh, of course.
I'm sure there was a good explanation, though, by the character.
No, of course not.
Sure
well, he's just like, that's Ernest.
What are you going to do?
That's Ernest.
And everybody was like, all right. We were simpler times back then where we...
I mean, simpler times is a one way to put it, dude.
Yeah. Where we weren't yet... Hollywood was different back then where we were just horrible people. Now we're good. And people hate us for it.
Now we're trying to do the right thing.
Now we're trying to do the right thing and people hate it.
They're pissed.
People are like, can you believe this movie isn't doing blackface? And you're like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's not horrible we're doing that. Maybe you could give us a chance. Go see the movie.
Man, today we are actually trying something new on the grill. We are going to do bacon, egg, and cheeses with Canadian bacon. Just trying it out. I don't know. It's like early in the morning.
It is early.
So I thought we would just, kind of like make like a breakfast style food.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, man.
I'm concerned, and we've said this off mic, but I'll say it on mic now. I'm concerned about your seemingly lack of confidence about the thing you're making. As someone who has to eat it.
It just might be good, it might not be.
But that's right, yeah. So that is concerning when you're eating it, but I believe in you as a person.
That's all that matters.
So.
A lot of people believe in the Flynn dog.
A lot of people believe in, and I call you that.
A lot of people, they see the dog, they see me, they go, woof, woof, woof.
Woof, woof.
I want to smell your butt.
I've said that about you since the day I met you.
Yeah. I want to smell your fucking tush, dude. But yeah, I've known Danny for a while. We met in Denver. You were doing some Don't Tell shows, and I was just like, man, dude, I've seen your stuff online. It's so fucking funny. You're one of those comics that every time I watch you, dude, like you found a way to so, with like such an exacting knife, talk about a topic. And like really kind of flesh out all angles. And you did that in your special where you gave everybody 2 different like choose your own adventures for each joke. So
we did that.
We like to start with a little bit of cock-smooching.
Well, I was gonna cock-smooch.
Is that? Let's not. I feel like that's a racist guy term.
You're such a bro that when you say things, I'm like, that might be a bro term and I just don't know it. So I'm like immediately like cock-smooching.
But that sounds like something my dad would say. This guy's a cock-smooch. And I'm like, you can't say that about the mailman.
But then the mailman walks away and you're like, he is kind of.
Well, like, yeah.
I see where he's getting the 2 things.
Dude, like my dad will watch the Bruins and he'll be like, Dale Arnold, that guy's a chooch. I'm like, that doesn't sound okay to say.
But
you know what I mean?
What I was going to say about you, because I was going to cock-smooch back if I may. Met you in Denver, young comic, freshly in the game.
I was a baby.
Day job.
Goo goo gaga. Open me up, happy baby, change my diaper.
Saw you. talk to many people when I'm there. Came back the next time, remembered you, but then you got on stage and you were like significantly better. And then I think it was the third time I came there, you were like significantly better. I think that was the time I was like, hey, nobody gets better. Like people are so hold, and like the true secret of stand-up is, are you getting better? If you keep, when I see people getting better, I'm like, oh, they'll get there then.
Yeah.
And I think that's when like you were one of very few comics I've ever been like, I think you should move to LA. I think you are like, you are ready for this. You did. And then I remember, because I like, you came here and I was like, I'm going to back this guy. Like I really was like putting my, I was going to put my name on the line.
I got the Jolles back.
I was about to put my name on the line, which I do not do for many people. And I remember you came to West Side to meet the booker.
Mm-hmm.
Went well. And then afterwards I was like, all right, man, like, you know, what can I do for you? And you were like, yeah, I mean, it's tough because I'm meeting with, and then it was like the 3 biggest agencies. Like, man, I was like, oh, it's already, and like, I didn't even get the opportunity to help you because you were so fast.
Bro, but it's, you know, it all just kind of happens overnight, doesn't it?
Well,
and it's like,
but then
happens.
It happens, but then it doesn't, and then it does again, and then it doesn't again, and then it does, and it doesn't, and you're on fire, and then nobody knows who you are, and then you're on fire again, and that's the game, baby.
That's the industry,
that's
baby.
the game, baby.
Hey, life's a roller coaster, all right? Take the fucking strap off.
You have moments where you go,
and see what happens.
Yep, that's all it is. You go one day, you go, killing it, and then the next day you're like, not a person knows who I am.
Nobody will ever know
that I've
ever
existed.
Again.
And that's the game,
I'll
baby.
just be doing flappers forever.
And I'll be doing the flapper.
I'll be going on the road with Daryl Hammond.
Every comic does the SNL tour.
The SNL.
The SNL.
Chris Kattan.
Yeah, the Chris Kattans. They're all lovely people, and they're great.
Are they lovely people?
Some of them. I'll say once, I'll say again, Kevin Nealon's the nicest guy in
Kevin
Hollywood.
Nealon is the man.
The nicest guy in Hollywood.
Such a big guy.
Yeah, I know, he's intimidating.
I love a guy that looks kind of like a goose.
He is like a goose.
You know, growing up, we always had that one friend that you were like, Goose! Because he has sort of an albatross figure.
I did a sketch once called Moose, and it was about a group of guys hanging out watching the game, and they're like, Moose is gonna come over, you gotta meet Moose. And then they were just describing the guy, and the guy was clearly a moose, an actual moose, just like, dude, he loves to migrate to the north every August. And then the end of it was now famous Stephanie Hsu came in the room.
Oh yeah?
From Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tiny Lady. She was
no shit.
And she came in, she was like, we were like, Moose, and then she was like, bah! And that was the end of the sketch. Great sketch.
I love a good sketch. Dude, I wanted to do this sketch for a while, but I never got around to it. This would be stupid, but it's, again, we don't do bits, we do impressions. This is an impression of a sketch. That's my one rule on this show.
That's so funny. My rule is at home, and I'll yell at anybody. If you say the word skit to me, I'll punch you right in the face. I'll punch you right.
I'll fucking knock you out.
Every time I go, skits what we do at summer camp. Sketch is an art form. Go ahead.
Yeah. Impressions are just a good old-fashioned fun. I've told people, I'll flip people. That's the rule. Emmett's watched it. I'll flip people. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I did it to Emmett. Well, that was because Emmett also questioned whether or not I was doing a bit or an impression. And he goes, sounds like a bit.
Jess my wife will occasionally say, are you doing a bit on me right now? And nothing will make me angrier, faster than when she says that. Because I'm like, not doing a bit. I'm ranting, which, yes, I guess is my profession, but it is also what I do in life. I do rant.
Dude, when you get called out for doing a bit,
oh, it's so rude.
And you just go, hey, can't I just be on a roll?
Yeah.
Can't I just, be on fire?
Can't I just be funny sometimes?
Yeah.
That's a unique siren.
We've been getting a lot of noises this episode already, which is kind of crazy. We've had planes. Yeah. I didn't realize this park is actually directly behind Santa Monica Airport.
Do you do a new park every time?
No, this is close to where Emmett works. Emmett works at the meatpacking factory. We're trying to get him, he's right now on pork rind duty. And we're trying to get him
Love pork rinds.
What?
Love pork rinds.
You're a pork rind guy?
I know that we're doing a bit, but out a bit.
This isn't a bit, rinds. This is an impression of pork rinds.
It's an impression of
There we go, ready? I'm a pork rind.
I'm an impression of a pork rind.
I'm going to be kind of curly.
Here's my impression of pork rind. Higher in protein than you think. Pretty good for you.
Yeah.
As someone on a health kick, pork rinds. They come in handy.
All right, so what I did here was I took a metal sheet and I put it on the grill. Now, I can't tell if this is going to work. It might.
Touching it with his bare hand, for those who can't see.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
gonna
All
hurt.
right. It's getting hot,
Okay.
so that's good. So I actually should probably turn on the camera. It's the left one?
Yes.
Okay.
And the camera's inside the grill.
Right.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yep, I heard 2 beeps. Okay. It's photo, burst, video. Okay. I got it. I turned it off. Now it's on. Dude, all right, it's recording. Okay. So, fuck.
It's the 10th time he's touched it.
I gotta keep it closed. I keep that thing on me.
You let me know. Give me like a signal or something.
What?
Our guest.
Oh, well, just whenever.
Okay.
Yeah. We can just riff and just have a good time, and then we'll start cooking and shit. Dude, at the end of the day, this is just about enjoying time with comedians.
It's about being with your friends.
and like your boys.
It's about being with your friend. And unfortunately, in Hollywood, the way we do that is we do a podcast.
Yeah.
And then we go, oh yeah, now I'm being social.
Man, dude, Jared Goldstein said the funniest thing the other day. He goes, yeah, I had so much fun on podcasts when they weren't being recorded.
So true.
I was so good at them.
Well, we used to I remember when I was first starting, it was like we would go to diners every night and it would just be like a group of comics.
Yeah.
And it was just a hang. And now you would do that. I've literally had a conversation because I don't have a podcast at the moment. And one of the conversations has been like, should I just do like a diner hang podcast every week of just whoever wants to come?
Yeah.
And then I was like, but then at some point I go, but that's so sad because I just want to do that. And now I'm making it an obligation
Now I'm
for
making
everyone.
it a thing that I have
Now
to
everybody, now you do it, and also everybody kind of mind your P's and Q's and don't say anything terrible. You used to be able to say terrible things.
do. You could say awful stuff.
You could say such
You can still say bad
things.
stuff here. We don't care. We don't edit anything.
No,
We bullied my friend on the last episode for like an hour long. He did deserve it. He was being crazy. Shout out to Joe, Joe Begley, great comic. But you were being crazy all weekend, and I wanted to kill you.
He was touring with you?
He was. I stayed with him like for 2 nights, not even back to back, in Austin, because I was doing the Danny Brown podcast. So check that out when that comes out.
Okay, somebody's talented.
Dude, are you stoked for the Caps or what?
Well, obviously, tough night last night. Down 3-1 in the series. We're not happy where we're at. However, we're okay. We're going to be okay. You got to believe. This is a team that I believe in. We're going to be fine.
Okay.
But
I mean, Ovechkin did score.
Ovechkin did score. A beauty. And that felt good, and he needed that because he hadn't scored in the series.
And he makes it look so easy.
I mean, it is crazy.
The man, I don't think I've watched him bend his knees once this year.
I mean, I tell people this. I'm like, if you want to have your mind blown, more of my life, I've had Alex Ovechkin on my team than not. He has been on my team for more than half my life.
That's crazy.
I don't really know life without him.
He's like your dad.
He's somebody who, if I met him, I'm like, I don't even know what I would do. I'd be like, you're too, because he saved that. I mean, he came out of nowhere. I love this part.
Dude, we've had like 50 things.
Dude, this would be like on set, a sound guy just losing his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Just being like, hold for plane.
Dude, I filmed something at a park last October, and the sound guy was just like,
Yeah.
just like exhausted.
Watching a sound guy lose their mind on a set is one of my absolute favorite things.
It is. Give me an impression of a sound guy losing his mind.
It's always, sorry, we have to hold. Sorry. And it's like, no, man, we know it's not you. No, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. And then you see him do it again. You see, it's always this no, sorry. We just it's one more minute. It's that.
And it's you just farting into your mic.
Yeah, and then me being like, and then me on stage being like, cuckoo, it's a bird. There's a bird somewhere. Me up. I'm doing smoking.
Oh shit! All right, we should probably make the fucking food then. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna go for the attempt here.
It is smoking next to me.
Okay. I think the camera's on.
There's no way a GoPro is supposed to be inside of a grill.
It's not inside. It's like kind of around. Oh, fuck. I turned it off.
Dying with this GoPro.
Hold on. I got it.
But the Capitals are in a good place, and if there's one thing DC sports teaches you, it's to never give up and never stop believing. So we're okay. We're okay.
I love that.
That's what we do.
Don't stop.
That's what we do, baby.
All right. I have a dozen eggs here, so that was all of our budget for the show.
Okay.
That was a lot. I have a dozen eggs. I got some coconut oil. We're gonna try and fry these bad boys up.
And I'm afraid. I'll be the first to say it.
Why are you afraid?
I don't trust you fully. I trust you a little bit. But there's fire.
Relax.
Spraying.
Take it easy, dude. All right, I think we double up on the sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
We'll do 2 eggs each. Oh, see? So that's gonna be nice.
That sounded right. Credit to you. That did sound correct.
We're gonna probably make a couple sandwiches for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Credit to him. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's hitting the thing. There's a noise. It's going.
It's working.
I see white. Things are going white, which we love. Which we love.
How old is it next
41, I believe.
Okay, so what I think...
And he's had one of his best seasons. He's stronger than ever. He's eating Subway and Diet Coke on the bench. He doesn't give a flying fuck.
He doesn't care about anything.
He doesn't care about anything. He's the best. The absolute man.
There's no one better than AO.
There really isn't.
Then OV.
The grade
Yeah, man,
eight-
this
the
playoffs has
grade
been
eight, baby.
awesome.
It's been a great playoffs. It's like the bummer about it's great to have a team in there, but the bummer is you're so focused on yours that like you barely pay attention to anything else because you're like, I'm locked in.
Dude.
I'm very locked in on my team.
This is my friend Noah Hannafin. Shout out to Noah. He's on the fucking Golden Knights.
Oh.
And my buddy was texting me recently. He was literally like, dude, can you believe like Noah Hannafin's out there right now just giving McDavid the business? I'm like, isn't that crazy?
So crazy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Are you kidding?
Check it out. Hey, what's up, Howie? Thanks for coming by.
That's insane.
Surprise for Alec?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks for
my
coming
God.
by,
I wanna
brother.
Make sure we get a clear shot of it.
I don't want to touch without the gloves. You got the gloves on, but this is
That's
pretty
all right,
cool,
you
eh?
can. We're gonna put it on the case, I guess.
Okay,
it's
cool.
a little heavy after a while, so just gonna put it down and then you can get a good look at it.
is-
Oh,
Howie,
behind
this
you.
is Danny.
I'm so
Danny,
sorry.
Howie. And Neil, thanks for bringing it by.
Thank you so much for bringing this by. This
Pleasure.
is an honor.
Nice to
Hey,
meet
thanks
you.
for coming by, man.
No problem.
You want an egg sandwich?
Give me a few minutes, maybe. Yes.
This thing's heavy.
Good. How are you?
Oh my God. Are we allowed to touch?
You can touch it, yeah.
Absolutely.
So look at this.
Touch it, hug it, give it a kiss. We just don't want you to move it or try to lift it. That's all.
I will not try. I'll do nothing I'm not supposed to do.
So this is pretty sick, man.
This is the
we were just talking about the Caps.
Okay.
Danny's a big Caps fan.
They're in trouble now. Jeez.
I was
No,
saying,
I
listen,
want them to
listen,
win. I don't want Carolina to win that
Nobody wants to see what's happening, but
No one wants to see Rod the Bod.
we're a
dude.
never give up town. That's
Here's
what
what
we
I'd
do.
like
We're
to
fine.
see. I would like to see Rod the Bod hoist this over his head shirtless, and then we can have the question: is Rod the Bod natty or not? Okay? Is he on TRT? Is he taking the? Ugh.
That guy's a beast.
He's a
man.
beast.
Oh.
What a legend.
So the Caps, yeah, on the bottom over the first team on the bottom band,
Yeah.
Right here.
right there. Wow. So I went to Moscow with Ovi. That was a fun trip.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so we were just talking about. He's been on my team for more than half my life.
Okay.
Like I don't know life without Ovi.
Wow.
So that is like the level of like love for that guy is crazy and weird at this point. 'Cause it's like I don't know life without him.
Right.
Dude, it's
So
the
players, they'll drink out of the bowl. They put food in the bowl.
Of course.
So Ovi put $15,000 worth of caviar in the bowl. That was his thing.
Sick. That's my guy.
That's awesome. Dude, we should get Howie mic'd up.
Sure.
Let's get him mic'd up so we can just sit and commiserate while we grill some food.
Whatever you need to know.
Yeah, dude, I'm so curious.
This is
So much going on.
crazy.
Isn't this nuts?
That's
It's
crazy.
a beautiful day. Holy cow. I'm happy to be out in the sun.
Here's what you don't understand, Howie. Comedians, we don't really get quote unquote sun. So
Yes.
this is like a big treat. It turns on our brains in a way you've never even seen before.
I've tried to get into golf specifically to, I don't know why I'm going to take a picture right now, wait until after, but I specifically to get sun. I've been getting into golf just because of that.
You're looking tan.
Thank you for saying that. Even though it's not true, I appreciate you saying that.
I've been taking vitamin D because I haven't had enough sun.
Yeah,
So now
yeah, yeah.
Hopefully this will help.
No, I've gotten that. I've gotten that lecture from my doctor.
Great. Yeah.
The vitamin D, vitamin B12, I think is a scam. I've never have enough of it. I don't know anybody who does.
Okay.
But the vitamin D one, that's real.
Yes.
I wake up every morning and I drink raw eggs, dude. I'm doing it old school style.
Nothing wrong with that.
Look, he's got pepper going.
Dude, I got salt, pepper. All right, I get roasted on this podcast for not having seasoning.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, how about salt and pepper?
Because I can tell you're trying to be cool and shirt back, but
I,
you're not.
I couldn't. I had no recourse.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
This is awesome.
Legendary.
Danny, why don't you sit there?
Okay.
Howie can sit there next to the cup,
Howie, you can sit next to
and
the
we could
cup.
just chill.
Okay.
But
I
I'm
like
going to be
that.
staring at that cup the entire time.
Dude, isn't this the best?
Let me back up a bit so you can see the
so
cup better.
how many days a week are you with the cup, and how many stops usually per day?
Well, the per day part is it depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might have one because it could be a 4 or 5, 6 hour or more, event. But then what we've been doing this past week or so, we've had 2, 3, 4 events in a day. Keeps us busy. Yesterday I was going from 7:30 in the morning, and then we met up around 10, and then we didn't get back till about 8:30, I guess, last night, right? So it was a long day.
Damn.
And I just want to call out, I don't like the size of our chairs. It does feel like I am well below you.
Would you like to switch the chairs?
No, don't switch the chairs.
No,
Howie.
I just
He's
want to
insecure.
call
Don't
down
get on.
because I all of a sudden was
Oh.
like, why am I staring up at you like a
so
child?
to
He's the
answer
keeper
your
of the
other
cup,
question,
dude.
No, I know, no, of
He
course.
sits in the throne.
To answer your other question, I'm probably on average, I'm averaging anywhere between 160 to 180 days a year, maybe a little bit more. So half the year on the road.
Wow.
That's awesome, man.
It was pretty cool.
Talk about frequent flyer.
Yeah.
I mean-
yeah.
9 points.
My
Well,
guy's
I'm
in
sure.
the Delta Lounge with the cup.
Oh, yeah.
Extra yogurt, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
got
mean, I'll tell you what. I've been loving the playoffs so far, man. I was watching on the plane yesterday. The Edmonton series, I mean, that's box office. I'm having like the time of my life watching this thing. My buddy, shout out to Noah Hannafin on County Cup team. U97, you know what it is. Yeah, just
Everybody
watching
knows.
him lock up Connor McDavid, knowing that I could have been there, but at the end of the day, just, I had a shoulder problem and things happened, but
Yeah.
Is that
whatever.
true? How good
I'm not
were,
bitter at all.
How
I
good
don't
were
care.
you?
What's up?
How good were you?
Dude, I was U14 National Team Development Program. I don't like
Wow.
to throw out these stats
See,
because
that's
I'm
why,
a man
that's
of the
why I was
people.
asking. I was like, I want to see the actual
Well,
level
that's where
we're
it
talking
all begins too, right?
That's where it
It's
all
just
begins.
Onward and upward from there.
Yeah, then you go to, Zach Rensky is your roommate at the camp, and you're like, yeah, pretty cool. We do rap battles in the camp because we're 14.
Yeah.
And we're just, just beatboxing. It's fun.
Of course.
Nice.
But then, you go to high school and you realize, like, you know what is also really cool? Partying. And then you stop being good at hockey.
Yeah.
These guys, you have to have a level of focus that is truly unmatched. And that's what I love about, like, hockey is these guys are so dialed in on their bodies. Nate McKinnon is, like, doing Titanic level water training to make sure he doesn't, like, get out of control when he's driving to the net. I love that, dude.
It's, I mean, I've talked about this a lot of, like, I love meeting athletes partially because, like, everybody's always like, they're bros. It's going to be so bro-y. And I'm like, they're a little bro-y. I was like, but they're really more than anything else nerds. They're nerds about their sport.
Sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
they're so dedicated to it that they're like, it's fun. It's like the same level of dedication we have to, like, stand-up. It's like they're there.
Yeah.
And it's actually so easy to talk to them because I'm like, oh, yeah, you just love this thing so much.
Yeah.
And you've given your entire life to it, which is what it takes to be that good.
Yeah. Well, Nathan has superstar to look up to, somebody that gives them incentive to keep going, and that's Mr. Sidney Crosby.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they're neighbors together in over in Nova Scotia there, and you know, he looks up to him, and they train together. You know, they hang out together. So, you know, Nathan's always, you know, looking to see what Sid's doing and trying to keep up, and wants to do the same things that he's accomplished. You know, he's trying to win another Stanley Cup. He's trying to win a scoring title. You know, he's a good guy. So, you know, it all goes well for the both of them.
The leaders of the NHL, like you talk about, I feel like all I'll ever hear about is like who's the face of the NBA, blah, blah, blah. But like when you look at the NHL, it's kind of crazy because the clear faces are Ovi and Sid. And now it's like almost as if you're watching McDavid and McKinnon take that over, you know? And like, I don't know. I also like love watching a guy like Trevor Zegras. I just like think he's got so much style, dude. Shout out to Trevor. If you're listening, which you're a listener, I know you are.
Of course.
Please come on the podcast.
I'm assuming all these guys are listening.
I've been DMing Quentin Byfield like a 16-year-old girl saying, please come on my podcast.
Oh, dude, I follow.
I know you live in LA, dude.
If you're on a DC sports team, I follow you, and I'm too afraid to message you. But I hope that you follow me back. I've gotten a couple, but I follow all of them. So it's the only point of doing what I do, is to get verified and therefore be able to slide in as a follow and see if they give a shit.
Dude, rock stars want to be comics.
Yep.
Comics want to be rock stars, but comics and rock stars want to be hockey players. That's a fact.
And all athletes kind of, they see us not as, they're nice. They're nice people. How did you get into this?
I was very lucky. I don't know. I just the things that I did just took me in the right direction. In 2004, I wanted to volunteer with the Hockey Hall of Fame. It was induction year that year for Ray Bourque.
Oh,
And,
yes.
I'm a Bruins fan growing
You're
up.
a Bees fan?
Yes.
Nice.
And
Me
so
too.
Ray was being inducted, so I went and volunteered at the Hockey Hall of Fame. A few months later, I started working part-time hours on weekends, eventually traveling with other trophies and artifact displays. And then in 2009, Phil Pritchard, the official keeper of the Cup, he asked me if I wanted to start traveling with the Cup, and I've been doing it since.
Wow.
Dude, that
So
is
it's pretty cool. Very, very blessed and honored to be able to do it.
I mean, it's an
Are you a Boston
awesome-
guy?
I live in Toronto, so I like the Leafs too, but I grew up a Bruins fan. My father was born in the same hometown as Bobby Orr.
Okay.
I went to school there for a little bit as a kid, so he was always my hero growing up.
That's awesome,
I
man.
was going to say, you do not have a typical Boston accent.
No, it's a Canadian accent.
You would've, if you were an actual Boston keeper of the Cup, you would have rolled up with the scally cap, large Duncan in hand, couple scratch tickets, and been like, "What's up, dude? I just pulled this out of my F-150."
Take it. You would have thrown it at
Yeah,
us.
you would have been like, "Hold that, dude! I polish it every night. It's fine."
Don't worry about it.
Would have had the accent talking about it's wicked awesome and stuff like that. You know, it's
Guy Bergeron's on there, kid. I met Bergeron. I was lucky to do a concert at TD Garden. No big deal. And no, just look it up. Comics Come Home. Dude, I met him afterwards. I was so starstruck that You ever have those moments where you just go like, I don't even know what to do right now?
Athletes are so hard for me.
He just goes, "Hey man, great set out there. You crush." And I go, "I'm gonna have 1,000,000 beers tonight." And he goes, "Okay." Dude, it was wild.
Yeah, I did a commercial with Odell Beckham, and that was hard.
That was hard.
That was a hard one for me to not be like, "You're a god." It was like at the height. It was like the year after he made the one-handed catch.
I just can't even
Wow.
believe I'm here with the most famous trophy in sports right now. This is like geeking me out.
I'm
pretty
so
amazing,
geeked out.
isn't it? It's you just never know where it's going to show up, and yeah, it's.
I mean, this has to be the rock bottom.
It has to be the worst place.
I mean, I think we all can come to
course
the
not.
agreements.
Every event we do, there's something special about it. So we'll take it all in stride,
Sure.
and it's just another memory, for the Cup and for myself. you know.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool.
Are you enjoying LA so far?
Absolutely. We've been here. This is our 5th day now, I guess. I'm flying out to Vancouver tonight, but I've enjoyed my time here.
It's a good time, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you go down to the beach?
I didn't really have a lot of time to do that, but I was able to go for some walks and enjoy the sun, so it was nice. We're staying just a couple blocks from the Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, very nice.
It was teasing me. I wanted to go, but I just really didn't get enough time to do it. But
Dude,
next time.
It's a great spot, man. I
Yes.
used to live around I live with a bunch of guys from Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
They'd see this thing and they go, "I don't even understand what I'm looking at right now." Yeah, but Man, dude, it's so. Dude, the Bruins is on there. I have to actually check out the Bruins.
Oh, I went
Yeah,
straight
it's
to the
around the other
Capitals.
side. We could spin it, but your caps are right here.
Oh, I saw him.
So
We got the Golden Knights.
should we spin it around?
Yeah, let's spin it.
Okay. So we got the LA Kings right here, 12 and 14, and then the Bruins are right there.
Dude, this is electric, man. We got to get this for the guys, boys. Let's get in for the thumbnail real quick.
I was gonna say this is. I'm gonna need my own pick for this as well.
Yeah,
But I was trying to hold it back. Let me
boys.
Let me go behind.
Let's go. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's a thumbnail picture. Where's the Bruins one?
It's over towards this side now. The 11 Bruins right there.
Dude. Z, Patrice Bergeron, Johnny Boychuk.
When
People-
when the Capitals won, the shirt I got is one that has every player on the back.
Okay.
Just the last names. 'Cause I was like, I never want to forget a player on that team. Like, you got to remember those players.
Dude, isn't this the best?
It's so crazy.
This is crazy. I didn't tell Danny on
Yeah.
purpose. I was just like, you'll see, dude.
And I was
Oh, that's
terrified
nice.
because I
It's
thought it
always
was going to
nice
be a
to surprise
player.
somebody.
I was terrified it was going to be a player, and I was like, hockey players, you don't know their faces.
Right.
I know their skate,
Yeah.
and I know their like jersey. So I was like, it's going to be like TJ Oshie or something, and I'm not going
Right.
to recognize him immediately.
Ovi, you
And
just
then-
have to look at his skates, right?
Yeah.
The yellow
Yeah,
laces.
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's got the best. My favorite Ovi video is the one where he gets the hole in one and he just goes, I got in, I swear to God.
Yes. First time playing golf, home
Uh-huh.
one. It's one of the
That's-
craziest videos you'll ever
Wow.
see.
All right.
That's crazy.
Do you guys want do you want some egg sandwiches?
Let's do it.
I got Canadian bacon too, just for our guests.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks very much for the hospitality. This is great.
Man,
I
listen,
mean-
we do podcasts all the time here in LA. Not all the time, but like a good amount of the time.
Too much, I would argue.
And you go to these random warehouses up in Van Nuys,
Yes.
and you can't even get a damn LaCroix. You know? And I'm here, I just want to make sure people can, eat, feel fed.
Oh, this is
Have a good
Very
time.
thoughtful of you. Thank you.
very
course,
thoughtful.
anytime.
He's a very good guy.
Yeah, that's
We're
what
a
they
little
say.
concerned about the safety of this food, but
No,
other
the
than
food's
that,
good. Don't tell people.
Personally,
It's just there's no. I got reamed out every time for not having enough seasoning. But I'm like, I put salt and pepper on it. Okay. Do you want cheese or no cheese? You lactose?
I'll have cheese. That'd be fine.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
who cares?
So do you have any questions about the cup that I can answer for you?
I mean, obviously the weirdest place you brought it, but like, has anybody partied with the cup so hard that you've had to like go, hey man, I need this back now?
That's kind of a two-part question, but there are some parties we've had to go in and talk to the guys and say, hey, you just got to settle down a little bit. Once the drinking starts, the guys get crazy. It's a lot of the friends of the players because they're so happy for the guy that they just want to do everything for him too, right? So, but it's for the most part.
Here you go, Howie.
Thank
we
you
don't
so
have
much.
any plates or
Okay.
any of that, but
That's all right.
that's why you have the gloves.
Right.
So you,
Yeah, for the most part, all the guys, we give them the rules ahead of time, and they pretty much stick to them, and sometimes they just need a little reminder.
If you were to draw a percentage, because I imagine, so the Stanley Cup gets won,
Yes.
and I imagine from that point on, the next couple weeks of your life,
you guys want
you're
sandwiches?
going to
by
be
the way?
out. You're just out late at night with that cup and them. And oh, thank you so much, sir. Are you? I mean, how late are you out? You just gotta like.
There's a midnight curfew now with the cup.
Oh, okay.
Everybody still thinks there's a 24-hour cup day for
Yeah.
the players, but it's a midnight curfew because we have to sleep and we have to travel.
Sure.
So, from day to day, we're moving, we're driving, we're flying, whatever it takes to get to the next guy. And we have to time it according to the airlines and everything else. So,
But the day, because I'm going off to when the Capitals won, and I remember they started taking that cup all through DC. In my mind, like they just started going from bar to bar with the cup.
yes, that's normal.
Yeah.
The first week,
But it stopped at midnight.
pretty much. When the whole
Wow.
team's there, we may go
Yeah.
a little bit over, but for the most part, the guys know it's midnight because we got to get up the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those guys need to be getting up the next day too. They have families now too and everything. But
How about
Yeah.
post-win though, Howie? They go all night the first night, eh?
the first night, yes.
Mm-hmm.
First night, it's like a free-for-all. Once they win, it's actually the captain's responsibility with the cup.
Wow.
So, and they'll share it. They'll drink all night, either in the locker room or they'll go to another bar. And usually the next day, they're all rolling out of bed around 10 or 11 in the morning or more. It all depends on when the parade is going to be scheduled for and all that stuff. But there are things to do in the city for that first week. And then after that, we go to we have the draft, we have the NHL awards when, they have them in Vegas. And then after that, we start doing the players' days.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's
we'd
kind of a
start
little
one after
while
another.
before you get it going.
Sorry, it's usually the first week of July.
Okay.
And then we're going to at least Labor Day with the players. So they got to get ready for camp. But then with the team, we're still going until the home opener in October.
Yeah.
Once the season starts, the Cup is basically put back onto a regular NHL schedule, and they try to win it all over again.
Big Al, where are you taking the cup?
All right.
Perfect day.
If I won the Stanley Cup, first place I'm going, probably, man, this is actually a great question. Because I think it's July, like you said. You get my player day. I'm probably going to have to go down to Cape Cod. Or, you know where I'm going, actually? Newport, Rhode Island. Okay, listen. The hometown, great. Bring it through Boston, obviously. But, like, I think what I want to do with the Cup is say, like, boys, I'm parking my ass at this spot where I'm going to have a bar stool next, where I'm going to have Howie with me, the bar stool right next to him. But we are just straight up the Bud Light massacre of Newport Road. It's going to be out of control, and we're just going to, like, just park our butts and just hang out all day. I don't want any, like, big thing. I don't want to have to bring it around everywhere. And people, like, they'll come on down, and then we can just kind of, like, rent out a bar. That's what I want to do. Pretty simple. I guess, like, I don't really know what else I would do with it because, like, I guess I never really thought about, like, what I could, like eat out of it and stuff.
The eat out of it question is a fascinating one because it is like what do you eat and or drink out of it?
Oh.
But then, I mean, I loved what the Capitals did where they just pretty openly were like, we're now at this bar. And so people were just chasing the cup. And so many DC people, because it meant, I mean, it was our first championship in 16 years when we won.
No kidding.
Yeah, DC is the best fan base on earth because no one even realizes how brutal it's been for us. We just keep our mouths shut and don't complain. And so when they won, it was 16 years. So they made it so that the city, like, people were chasing and got to see it. Like, a lot of fans got to see it. And I thought that was such a cool move, is the team, like, really tried to, like, be out
Right, yep.
That's awesome.
with it. And I feel like that always, to me, I was like, oh yeah, if I'm not, I'll never. But if I, it goes without saying. But if I, for some reason, had control of the cup for a day, I'd be like, I'm gonna go someplace in DC and we're just gonna set up a line, but as many people as possible, let's like give them that moment.
Yeah.
Because this thing's sick.
Yeah, I like those ideas. I like
Yeah.
your idea about not taking it out to too many places.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys get carried away. It's almost like planning a wedding, and they're running around 10, 12, 15 different places, and they waste a lot of time traveling. You know, and then by the time they know it, the day's almost over, and they haven't spent a lot of time with it themselves. We always try to remind them, spend some time with it yourself and with your family, and make sure, you know, you have a good look at it and enjoy it, because they're always trying to make everybody else happy. You want to take it to the local gym, you want to take it to your barber, you want to take it here and there. You know, sometimes it just gets too much. So we want to slow it down a bit for them and let them enjoy it.
It's about appreciating what you've earned. And I think because the nature of hockey players is to be selfless and to really to get to the pinnacle of the sport and to win the Stanley Cup, you have to be the most selfless, put your all body on the line.
Yes.
That then it's like it's a natural to be like, well, of course I have to show it to, you know, Jimmy, the guy who parked my car and, you know, while I was in college, you know, like.
Well, it's also you played hockey with 200 people and you're the one. You're the one who got it. So it's like, for the other 199, how do I give them this moment as much as I can?
Right.
I imagine there's that. In the same way that, everything goes to acting and stand-up with me where I'm like, because we do have a similar thing. And it was like, when you do late night, like, who do you take with you? Mm-hmm. How do you make that as much of a moment for your family as it is for you? That was like a big thing I battled with, was like, who in my family is going to be there?
Right.
Because it's like, they've also sacrificed.
Absolutely.
And when you do late night, you're like, okay, this is like...
They've sacrificed their dignity having a son.
Oh, they're humiliated. I've ruined the Google search. I've obviously humiliated our entire family with a Google search. Like, so much I've ruined that I'm like, all right, let's try to give them the day.
If you're an NHL player, I mean, like, we have there's all these great comeback stories of guys, you know, getting cut from their junior team, you know, maybe like being a walk-on at a college. But like, as a comedian, it is like, your family's like, really? You're still doing that? Like, what do you... like, they have physical evidence of you sucking.
Yes. They've all seen you and been like, he's bad. He's pursuing this and he's bad. Hockey players, for what it's worth, they dominated probably until high school. High school was probably the first time a lot of those players ever even saw a player skate as fast as them, if they're good enough to make the NHL. So then it's like, there were so many years of like, he's really good. Versus stand-up where it's like, for years, you're like, he's terrible. And then all of a sudden there's like, oh, he's kind of passable. And then one day it's like, oh, he's actually kind of getting pretty good. But
Yeah, he's not bad.
yeah. But you're looking at 6 to 7 years of utter humiliation for your family.
But for those guys that persevere and they do make it, I mean, what are the chances? I mean, there's only about 700 players in the league at any one time and out of the whole world, you know?
Yeah.
So to make it and to win, there's not a better story than that. You know,
Brother.
you've dreamed your whole life of winning it. You're not a Sidney Crosby or a Nathan McKinnon or a Connor McDavid. You're just
You're a
fourth
Paul
line
Bissonnette.
guy.
Yeah.
Well, look at Paul now. He's on air. He's on TV, and he's hanging out with Gretzky and
Dude.
all those guys. He's doing pretty well for himself.
The absolute man.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. You know what I think about a lot? Speaking of Paul Bissonnette, I have a signed picture that I got from Ryan Whitney when I was 7 years old. It says, and I still look at it sometimes, hanging up in my room. It just says like, Alec, like, always remember to have fun. And I have to remember that sometimes, even when I'm doing stand-up. I'm like, I gotta like have, like, you know, I can't be thinking about like my career and shit. I just gotta have fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know?
it's great
so shout out
advice.
to Ryan Whitney. Come on the pod.
Why not?
Buddy.
Sailors stick together.
You know how it is. How's that sandwich treating you,
It's
Howie?
very good. Thank you
Pretty
very much.
good,
I have to
right?
say, it's pretty good. And I went into this very skeptical.
Everyone is. But like, you gotta understand, I'm making sure everyone's fed. Like, this is gonna bring you all the way to Dodgers spring training. I mean, you think you get a hot dog there or whatever. Spring training, batting practice. Jesus, dude, I don't even remember the days anymore. Man,
What's your Stanley Cup of comedy?
the Stanley Cup of comedy for me.
That's a great. What a
whoa,
great
that's actually a great question.
Yeah, that really got me. What's the ultimate like?
I don't know, dude, because
Stand-up's hard because stand-up is it's the thing I'm very jealous about with sports. Sports, there's a goal. And there's this thing where, like, for those guys who win the Stanley Cup, it's like, oh, I accomplished, like, my goal. Stand-up is a thing where you, like, I've done amazing things in my career, and then the next day I'm back at a bar doing a bullshit gig. Like, you never get the, like, finish. There's no finish line.
Hockey players get sent down to the minors maybe once or twice a season. Every day we could get
Yeah.
sent back down to the minors.
Yeah.
And it's by our own choice, too.
Yes.
It's like no one's telling us, like, hey, man, go do this open mic at a bar. We're like, well, you know, I got to work on this 5 minutes.
Well, it's like our practice is unfortunately those rooms, but you're still like, so it's hard. You never get the finish line as a stand-up or as an actor. There's definitely moments as an actor where you're like, I've left set and been like, that was special. That was a special day. You never get the finish line. There's always another
Right.
thing.
You're always striving to be better, and it keeps you humbled by going back. You relearn something.
But it's like the problem is this, right? It's like, so you film your like I've filmed 2 specials, right? And the special feels great. And like you finish that special and then you're immediately hit with this panic. So you have about a day and then you're hit with this panic of, oh no, I have no material.
Yeah.
And by the time this thing comes out, I have to have a new hour or I'm completely fucked. So then you have to like fully go. So you kind of, it's a panic mode. It's like you get a night of success and then it's over. And then you're editing it. And the edit's never, your first cut, you're like, it's the worst thing ever filmed. And then you have to like, and you have to go backwards. Like there is no finish line. It was one of the things, I ran the marathon last year. And
All
I
right,
was like,
sick brag.
and I,
All right, give it a flex.
sorry about it. Sorry about it.
My
No.
guy's been,
Well, good for you. That's great.
yeah.
But I got very emotional when I crossed the finish line because I was like, oh wow, it's one of the few things that I actually feel like I accomplished and it's over and I never have to do this again.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. It's a tough thing to do is run a marathon. Holy cow.
It's
Pretty amazing.
I'll tell you what, anybody can do it. If there's one thing I can tell you about a marathon, anybody can run a marathon. You just have to do the stupid training thing.
Yeah.
And like, it's doable.
You just have to have a personality crisis.
You do have to have a little bit of a midlife crisis, which I was in the heart of. I was in dead center.
Neil, don't
Check out
worry.
my-
I
check
got
out-
you and Emmett with sandwiches coming up, by the way.
You sound thrilled.
Aren't these, dude? I mean, tell me, hey, how you start the day, okay? I texted Emmett. I go like, hey man, should we do egg sandwiches? And he goes like, how would you even do that? And I go, who knows?
That was my question as well.
Yeah, but we have a good time here.
But I'm trying to think. There's like, I think it was, yeah. We have no Stanley Cup for what we do. but there is some very cool moments. You do get very
There's definitely a couple president's trophies.
you do get sick moments, and you get a lot of cool moments where you're like, wow, this really cool famous person who I look up to is having to talk to me.
Yeah, we
And
definitely have some
respects
all-star
me
games.
and respects me in this moment. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you do have these things where you're like, wow, this person is impressed by me who I'm so impressed by. Those moments are really cool. Those are really cool moments.
It's like Sid letting you train with him up in Vail. You know, he said like that's what it feels like sometimes to get on these big lineups. You're like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
I'm with the big
That
boys
would be
now.
a cool experience.
Here you go, man.
So, have you guys had other trophies from other sports in with your podcasts at any time?
If you can believe it, I'm going to answer this question for him. If you can believe it, you are the first. And what I would say is almost definitely his last one. But I also think, now if I were to be positive, I think it speaks to the very unique nature of this cup, where this cup is the most present of any trophy by a bullet. It really is its own thing.
it's a living artifact.
And you guys do such a good job. You do such a good job. You are the person. You do such a good job of making this a thing where it's like this cup finds people. And you going in on this is cool. It's really cool.
It
you
is
do
really
this.
cool.
Yeah, like this is cool.
I have a good team I work with all the other guys, and we have a woman now who travels with us, at the Hockey Hall of Fame, and I think we all have a certain type of personality that kind of brings out, a goodness and a happiness and, all that stuff that goes with the cup and makes it more personalized for people that do come in contact with it. So, we enjoy our job and we want to keep doing it as long as we can. And, it's a lot of fun.
I mean, you are the best part. Almost every day, you're the best part of somebody's year. You're
This
giving
is a pretty big year.
yeah, like
I mean, honestly, I'm stoked on
this
this.
is gonna be top 10 for me.
This is easy top 10.
Easy. I mean, what are we even talking about?
Brother, I mean, listen, it might even be top 5.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
a
I
lot-
was trying
don't have a
to
lot of
downplay
big things.
it. Well, you had a couple good things
Dude,
happen this year.
Yeah, I did, dude. Oh, we had Mother's Day. I beat my mom in pickleball 4 games in a row. That was fun.
That's
Just smoked her. It was awesome.
shameful.
Not shame. What do you
On
want me to?
Mother's
The
Day?
strong woman who raised me to give 100%. What am I gonna take it easy?
On Mother's Day, you're not gonna let her win.
I think it
Give
would.
her one.
I
You
think.
didn't feel like the third game. You were like, let's chuck her one.
I think she would have noticed, and that would be very disrespectful. That'd be very disrespectful to a strong. I mean, listen, I'm a feminist. Everyone gets beaten the same way. Okay.
Whoa.
By me, by the golden paddle. Fucking, I'm nasty at it.
See, this is why you don't bring this trophy here, because of comments.
No, this is great. We should get more I mean, no, I don't want to get more trophies. This is the first and last trophy we will have on
I don't
here
even know if
because
any of the other trophies have
You're kind
this
of-
personality. I'm like
Yeah.
the pennant doesn't go anywhere.
You're kind of like a cardinal for the Pope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You ever think about that?
You ever think about that?
That's quite a comment or a compliment. Yeah. Wow.
That's
You
very
just make
true.
sure he's good to go. And
Yeah.
you'd always like advising. You say like, and here's the Pittsburgh Penguins.
When it got passed on to you as the job, was there like white smoke that came out of this thing? Out?
It came out of the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you emerged.
A lot of incense.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still one of a group of guys and a lady that does this, and my boss is still around. He's been around 35 years.
Oh, no
He-
way.
Excuse me. He's the guy that you'll see present it on the final night.
Yeah.
So he's pretty popular. But this is why they call it the Holy Grail. I guess there is something to that popeness and everything
Absolutely,
about
dude.
it. So
Totally.
pretty cool.
It's the coolest.
Yeah.
And I do think it's like the only trophy that has its own personality.
Yeah, man. He could get up there and probably do a tight 5
Oh, yeah.
at the Comedy Store.
Because, yeah, it's rings mostly with
You
the
get
other
up there and
ones.
they're like, let me tell you what I saw in Russia with Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah.
All right, well, man, I'll let you guys get back to spring training. I feel like we're taking up a lot of your time, but in the
This
meantime,
is the coolest thing ever.
let's get some class for Howie for coming out and the Stanley Cup.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, of course, dude. And where can they find you? Sorry, that's what we asked.
I am not on social media, believe it or not.
Oh, you
So
don't have to endlessly
I
plug
kind of
dates?
stay in the background. I just come out when I have to.
Is at NHL.
Yeah.
But Howie, man, it has
Yeah.
been a pleasure. Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you for
truly
having
an
us. This has been a fun time. Thank you
Pretty
very
good
much.
chill. It's chill, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just trying to chill, dude.
And the sandwich. Can't top the sandwich.
Dude.
The
I mean,
egg, the
unbelievable.
Canadian bacon.
He really,
Guy like me?
the pressure.
Park like this.
You should have seen. You should have seen him figuring this out earlier.
It was
terrifying
bad.
to
Yeah,
watch.
I was like, man, I might really show my ass here, but I didn't.
You didn't.
But this is great, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we can take a pause real quick, Emmett, if you'd like.
'Cause I
we
will
can
need
let
a
Emmett,
picture.
we can let Howie and Neil kind of take off. All right. We just had the Stanley Cup here. That was kind of cool, huh?
That was so cool.
Right?
Cannot thank you enough for letting me be a part of that.
You were the perfect guy.
Oh, I was.
To be fair, I asked Zach Fox before you.
Sure. Sure.
Because I just wanted somebody, full transparency.
Yeah, no. And listen, I have no problem being number 2.
Listen, I just wanted somebody who would have truly no fucking idea what this thing was.
He wanted somebody who would have no clue what it was?
Yes.
That's so funny.
No significance. Just kind of say some crazy shit, but, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like,
But this was way cooler
He
because you
takes-
truly appreciated it.
yeah, and like, it's so serious for them, which I love.
So serious, dude.
I love that they take it that seriously. That it is like, yeah, I want to give him like, I feel like they want the like, no, this is the coolest thing to me. This is
Bro.
the coolest thing.
I fucking love that guy so much.
Oh.
You could tell he was like, when am I going to get to the real questions?
Yes.
Hey, enough of this goof around time.
But I also
okay?
was like-
I'm here to talk about the Stanley Cup.
I
And
know,
I'm
but
like,
I was so
yes,
like,
you are,
I was
Howard.
so like, I don't want to ask him the standard questions. We all know the answer to standard questions.
I know, we're fans.
I don't need, yeah, I know. It's cool. Only the players touch it. I got it. I was like, what is your, I mean, that was what we were talking off camera. I was just like, what is your life like? Like, travel, like, you mean being like travel?
What are your travel tips?
Well, because I was like,
you-
well, he's one of the few humans we can meet who I'm like, wow, you travel more than me.
Yeah, it's a good point, dude.
Like, I think I can usually hold up to anyone being like, nobody travels more than me. And I'm like, wow, he travels so much. They travel that commercial. That's commercial.
That's so nuts.
I was like, really? Well, he's like, yeah, just put it, he's like taking me through how he gets it through. I was like, God, that's crazy. The amount of stress that is.
Oh, yeah.
I have my stupid socks in a bag, and I'm like, please don't smash them.
Yeah.
Like, please, my
I have my
profits for
I
the
have my
weekend.
T-shirts that I'm just hoping get there in one piece in a hockey bag.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was telling, yeah.
This is also great because who knows if most of this podcast will just be
usable.
usable. Oh, man. Oh, we should do our segment.
What's our segment? What does that mean?
Real man of genius. Here's to you, old guy who traveled with his wife. Mr. Old Guy Who Travels with His Wife. You were sitting next to me with your wife on the plane back to LAX. Wow, I was like, this guy's not getting the armrest. When the plane took off, you grabbed your wife's hand and held it tight and told her it's gonna be okay. True love still exists. Then, in the middle of the flight, you then took out a crossword puzzle from one of those books you can only get at Walgreens. Probably about $5.99. Inflation's killing you. And you guys did a crossword puzzle together, which I thought was probably the cutest thing I had ever seen. Still not getting that armrest. So here's to you, old guy who travels with his wife. You are this week's Real Man of Genius. Real Man of Genius. Do you have your Real Man of Genius?
I wasn't told to prep this, but let me take a
Yeah.
second to think about it.
They never are. They never are. They never do.
Well, you never told me.
I never.
So
Okay, did
just
you
to
want
be-
me to tell you about the Stanley Cup?
No, but you could have told me about the segment. The segment you do every time. Man, who blew me?
I thought you watched.
Who blew me?
That's the best thing about LA. Everyone's like, dude, your pod's going great. I love it. I'm like, you never fucking watched. Then you know all the then you know most of it is unusable thanks to fucking airplanes and lawnmowers going over the park.
In what world do you think I'm listening to a podcast of somebody I actually know in life? Why would I ever do that?
I do that.
What?
Yeah, listen to Sam Talents.
50 minutes into our podcast,
50 minutes into. We always do it right at the end.
Um,
I know. Dude, that's what makes it great, though.
okay, I know my.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want me to, we start
You
with
have
the song?
to. You have to sing.
Absolutely. Real men of genius.
Dude, that's too throaty. Do it again.
Real men of genius.
Louder above the plane, please. We can't keep filming here, Emmett. We do this because this is where Emmett works.
Real men of genius.
That was beautiful.
I was at the, I did Quezada's Comedy Club in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Great club.
Aye, aye, aye.
At the Santa Ana Star Casino is inside of that.
Real sad place.
I go to play blackjack after my Saturday shows because I like to let off a little steam afterwards and have fun.
Yeah, lose all that money I just made.
I only put down $100. That's all I'm willing to lose, and I did lose it.
Gone.
However, a man showed up at our table. He started betting $150 a hand.
Okay. High roller in New Mexico.
Dealer showed a 5. He had 2 6s, I believe. He split another 150. Then I believe he doubled down on one. He was up to $600 on this hand.
Jesus. I don't know. I'm just.
I've
now I'm
never
just
been
listening.
more stressed in my entire life. I literally was like, I was like, literally like, stay. I don't care. I don't care about this hand anymore. I'm so stressed for this guy. But I think he ended up with like 17, 19, or 17 and 20. Dealer flips a 2, then whatever, ends up hitting 21. Guy loses everything. Clearly, everything he had made that week. One of the most upsetting walkaways I've ever seen, and it was horrific. And I'll never recover emotionally. And that man is a real man. To that guy, I'm so sorry. I felt terrible. I felt like I caused it. I didn't know what to do. It was horrible. It was horrible. He lost everything. Guy came, like, casino boss was there, like, for this hand. Like, it was like a whole production.
Dude, you're saying it's $600.
That's a lot in the main area. We're not in the high roller area. We're in the main area.
That's not that much.
Oh. It's a solid. I don't know how many people are betting $600 on one hand of blackjack, you loser.
Closer?
Yeah, I was gonna say something meaner, and then I pulled it back. I said, "It's my friend. Let's take it easy." God, we saw a Stanley Cup. This is no time to go hard in the paint. Let's bring a nice energy. So I pulled it back. Just called you a loser.
You pulled it back a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I love about just being out here is like, after this, I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do the rest of my day. I probably should go grocery shopping. I got like 15 other things to do, but I haven't been home in like 4 days.
When do you fly out again?
I gotta go to Palm Springs on Friday.
Yeah, I fly out tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. It's like kind of brutal because, you know what? I've been doing like yoga sculpt.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
I've been doing a lot of the gym, just normal gym, but that's hard on the road.
Brother, but it's because you can just kind of show up anywhere and just be like, hey, I want all the mat, all that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's something you can do in your hotel room, worst case scenario. Oh.
Yeah, man. Dude, life is just getting crazier and crazier as the summer goes on, but at the end of the day, hey, keep it down. Oh, fuck it, I'm messing around. Guys, please.
We've lost what made us cool. So
We've
these guys
lost.
no
Everybody
longer-
hates us.
Yeah.
These
We,
guys are
when we
gonna
had
come
the cup
over
here,
with-
everybody was very kind.
They're gonna say bend over.
Now they're about to come over and
Find
be
a
like-
new place to put that jackhammer.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat our asses. There's something about guys wearing freaking reflective vests that tell you they're not one to be trifled with.
It tells you that these men have the least amount of power humanly possible, but they do have a little.
No, they have nothing to lose.
That is true. But in this economy, everybody's stressed. And that is one thing I've learned is everybody's doing their job right now to the max.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking around at their jobs these days. Used to be a lot easier to like, can you just slip this through? Can you let this through?
Yeah, just let it go.
Everybody's like, I'm not losing my job right now.
Yeah.
There's no favors done for anybody anymore.
This is crazy, dude. I hate working, and I hate
I know.
I just like to chill. What are you looking at?
I was a bird. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know why I'm snapping.
Yeah. Why'd you snap me? The bird's
Just
behind
getting
you.
angry. I'm like pissed off.
Why are you so pissed off? Because we had the highlight of our year.
Yeah.
Now it's the come down. Now it's
it's
come
over.
down.
Now it's over. I'm thinking about like the beginning when I was just like, I felt like we blew the earlier part of this ep because I was just being like, Danny's gonna freak out.
I mean, it is crazy. Because again, turning being like, what player is about to come my way? And then when it was like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
That one I recognize.
That's an easy one.
Fucking recognize that for sure.
What do we have for time, Emmett? We're good? All right, let's do it. When are you going to be on the road, Daniel?
When does this come out?
Next week.
Okay. So, Des Moines, Iowa, I believe will be, Des Moines, Iowa is one of my next ones. And then, hang on, let me pull. We got Des Moines, we got Seattle, we got Tyler, Texas, we got San Francisco, Groveland, Arlington, McKinney, Texas, Houston, Texas, Glendale, Arizona, West Bend, Wisconsin, and Boston just got added. New York's about to be added. Got to do a show in LA. I never do like a big show in LA. And I'm
You
like,
should do my show on Wednesdays.
well, I'd love to do your show on Wednesday.
Do you want to just do it?
No, because I fly out tomorrow, but I'd love to do the next
Oh,
one.
yeah.
But I'd love to do, but I mean like a Danny show, like an hour. I never
Hey,
do
it's
an
the
hour.
Danny Show.
Danny
Selfish.
Show. And then, so please come see me live, and also follow me on social media. TikTokers are taking our jobs. And then the one speech I give when I do every podcast. Oh, and ironically, this works out perfectly. This is what I do every time. This is not for this moment. Stand-up comedy is like hockey. It is great to watch on TV, but it is so much better in person.
I've actually quoted this on this podcast.
Have you there, this speech?
Yeah, I said my friend Danny Jolles
Yes.
has said this.
So please, go see live stand-up comedy. Find your local comedy club. Look up the next 4 comics. Make sure you can find 10 minutes uninterrupted of them doing stand-up online, not crowd work, actual stuff. And if you can find that, buy a ticket, go see them live. You'll have the best night of your life. You'll never stop going. Stand-up comedy is the best.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
brother.
dude.
Hey, and I want to say, if you guys want to come see me live, I will be in Cincinnati, Ohio, June 5th to 7th. High ticket warning. Okay?
Is that true?
There are tickets available.
Oh, high ticket workout. As in, I was excited.
If you want a ticket, you can get one.
And I'll tell you what, for almost every one of my shows, you can be safe. There's always a ticket available.
You will get ticket. You can get tickets. San Francisco, that's actually a low ticket warning. Cobb's, June 25th. That's going to be fucking awesome. Sacramento, back to the high ticket. That's actually a medium ticket warning. Those are actually kind of moving.
Okay.
Sacramento Punchline, June 26th. San Diego, 4th of July weekend, July 3rd and July 5th. Not July 4th, but it's the weekend of that, so you guys should definitely come through. And then Charleston, South Carolina, July 18th and 19th. I've never been. I hope you guys can come out. Chicago, by the way, is on sale for September 3rd and 5th. Those we're
What
doing.
about September 4th? Why are you doing these skips?
What do you
Is
mean?
September 4th also happening? September 3rd through 5th?
Yeah, September
Okay,
3rd
okay.
through 5th. I'm taking I'm taking the plane too. Yeah, man. No, that Chicago, hopefully we sell out. I'm getting they're giving me fucking 5 shows, so let's fucking do it.
Zanies?
You know it.
Great club.
It's going to be the best.
You're going to sell.
So guys, at the end of the day, I want to say thank you again for everyone that comes out to the shows, everyone that supports the podcast. It means the world to me. And I know I say that every week, but your support of this has allowed probably one of the biggest moments on the pod until inevitably another black person comes on and flames me for not cooking right.
That's going to happen.
So, thank you. And I love you dearly. Shout out to the Stanley Cup. And Howie. Thank you. All right, guys.